Hi, I'm Jason. I'm the CEO.
Hello, I'm Jose. I'm the CTO.
Hi, I'm George. I'm the CCO and CMO.
Hello, my name is Vincent Esquivel. I'm the COO.
My name is Isaiah and I am the CFO.
Now, hello everyone. Our team is RimSafe, and we have created a revolutionary product to protect your investment. Now, 80% of Americans, on average, have cars. And as common knowledge goes, cars have rims. No matter what shape or form that might be, luxury, sport, stock, that investment needs to be protected. And that's where we step in as RimSafe.
All right, now let me ask you guys a question. How many of you guys have ever driven a car or own a car? Yeah, all right. And how many of you guys have actually hit the curb and scratched your rims on it? Yeah, all right. Don't you guys just hate when that happens? Yeah. So we RimSafe have created a clear vinyl protector to protect your rims against any scratches. The way it works is very simple. You just take our product, lay it over your rim, hit apply it, and you're ready to go.
All right, so the problem we are trying to solve is skyrocketing rim repair prices. So rims could average anywhere between $500 to $10,000 depending if you want a high-end rim. So if you go and scratch your rims against any curve, like going through a drive-through and such, it's going to cost maybe above $200 to fix any minor scratches or dents. Well, we RimSafe are here to solve that problem.
Okay, so our unique value proposition is that there's no other product out like ours that completely protects your rim without compromising any looks or shine. This also ties in with customer relationships, because if customers want to know more about our product, the only way they're going to know about it is through us, which draws attention to our name and also helps with customer interactions. Our target audience are ages 18 through 45. The reason this being is because they're old enough to own a car, but still young enough to be able to put their time and energy into their car. We're mainly focusing on social media for our advertisements and our customer relationships, focusing mostly on Facebook for our older side of our audience and Instagram for our younger side of the audience. And our closest competitors are RimBlade and PlastiDip, but RimBlade only protects the outer lip of your rim, and PlastiDip completely changes the color of your rim without giving you any protection against scratches.
Now, we have our product applied to this rim, and we are smashing a brick on the rim with the full force of my partner Jose. And so the other one, please. Thank you. And as a result of our product, the rim was completely safe. Nothing, no scratches, no anything, and you can hardly see it when we take it off that there are no dents or scrapes on the rim, and it's cleaner when you take it off.
All right, so this is our BMC. We're not going to go too depth into this. They are included in the package.
Now the way our financial model is set up is we have our cost structure, and our cost structure is divided into three main parts, which include our ads, our material, and our research and development. For the 2 yards of our vinyl is $38. For our adhesive, it is $8, and ads is $10 a day. And we plan to focus on 2 platforms, which are Instagram and Facebook. Our heat gun's $105, but there are alternatives in case we need to find something cheaper or find something quicker. And the startup cost, so that means the startup costs add up to $325. Our revenue streams come from products sold or profit per product, and our products are sold from anywhere to $50 to $65. So our profit is $40 to $55. And the reason I'm saying anywhere from is because we're going to have 3 different sizes, since there are so many different sizes of rims. And our market values, our TAM is 350 million, our SAM is 6,550,000, and our market share is 550,000.
All right, so our MVP cost is the same as our financial model, mainly because we didn't have enough time to finish our prototype. We have somewhat of a concept, but we didn't have enough time to finish our prototype, so we couldn't really start up an MVP.
And this is just our website. It's currently not up and running, and these are just like inserts. It's not a real product, just what it would cost.
It's the layout of our website.
These are all filler images.
All right, so capital ownership. So we're asking for $5,200 for 5% of our company. After 5 years, the IRR is going to be 37%, and our money multiple is going to be 4 times. Our exit strategy is M&A, so we're seeking to merge with a bigger company such as AutoZone or O'Reilly that would sell a product such as ours.
Our budget is actually $2,000 for our product because we want to make 100 units, and it's $20 per unit, and each unit includes 4 separate items. And the reason it's $20 per unit is $10 for the art of Vino and $10 for the adhesive. And for marketing, we want to do our 2 main platforms, as I said before, and they're $100 a month because we want to do it for 10 days a month. And it's $1,000 for our provisional pack.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And we do have a sample of our product.
So this sample is more of a concept. So this is so you can see the materials that we are using. This isn't our actual, like, what we want it to look. We didn't focus as much as aesthetics, but we wanted to get the function done. So this is like a miniature version of our product.
Once that is applied to the rim, you don't even see it at all. And once you take it off, it actually leaves your rim cleaner than before.
And you don't have to worry about the glue because it's epoxy glue, so it's basically like a silicone. So when you peel it off, it's like silicone, just peeling on silicone.
Okay, epoxy is like silicone.
Yeah, well, when it dries out, yeah.
I'm a chemist, you can't fool me. Okay, couple things. I'm really excited that somebody's got a technology business. That's really cool. But you didn't explain the technology very much. I see it's a piece of polyester.
No, it's epoxy.
It's a vinyl?
It's vinyl.
With epoxy glue on it.
So it's a vinyl, and then you're going to use an epoxy that is heat cured? What is the heat gun doing?
Well, it's molding the vinyl onto the rim because you know how rim is like has all those
There's
those
different
edges and
shapes.
stuff. So the heat gun like kind of molds the vinyl into the rim, and
Right.
and the epoxy just kind of holds it together.
So it's great you guys are doing something like this. This is the first presentation we've seen that really is based on a technology. So you really need to have a lot more description of your technology and why it's unique and how it works. You mentioned a patent. What is patentable about your invention?
So since, as my partner George said before, there is not really another product out there like this. So we are trying to get a provisional patent for right now to basically protect our prototype right there.
Okay, the way patents work, you have to show some innovation that is not obvious to someone skilled in the art. So what there's lots of glues out there and lots of vinyls, and what is particularly inventive about what you've done? I understand the application of putting it on a rim is unique, but an application patent is kind of tough to get, to be honest.
Well, I guess we're going to try to patent the function of it because there ain't really any other rim protector out there.
Okay. One of the things I didn't understand in your finances was a separation of cost of goods sold compared to your operating costs of the business. So you're going to charge how much to do a rim? One rim?
We're selling them. We're not charging people to. I don't know if you're asking. Are we charging them?
Somebody's going to come in with their car.
Yeah.
Is that correct? And then you're
No, it's
going to-
something you buy on your own and you do on your own. Because then what we're planning to sell is different
Oh,
sizes.
you're not going to install this for people.
For further progression in our business, if we do have progression in it, we would like to open up a shop where we would apply it, but it wouldn't be us personally. We would have workers that would apply it for them because in a set there are 4, but in a premium set there are 5. Because if you scratch one and it's just one particular rim, you could tear it off and then put another one on.
So for right now, we're keeping the concept of DIY. So you would buy this product like from AutoZone and
In various sizes.
In various sizes.
Yeah.
So depending, so like 20, 22s, 24s, and you would apply it yourself.
And it's easy enough to do? How can you
Yes.
convince an investor that this is easy to do? You have to have a heat gun?
Well,
No,
it
no,
also works
we-
with a hair dryer if you have a hair dryer.
Yeah, it works.
It just takes
Explain,
a while.
explain how you apply.
All right, so the way you apply it is really simple because you have that right there, right? All right, you just grab this. Okay, you grab this. There's gonna be like a little protective thing to protect the vinyl, the epoxy. All right, just peel it off. You just put it over your rim. All right, and then you just heat apply it, and then it's gonna mold because of the heat. It's gonna shrink. It's gonna get like softer, more wobbly. And as you heat it, it's just gonna mold into it, and it's just gonna stick there, and it's just gonna stay.
And then for a more personal.
So, but it's a whole, you're saying, so do I cut it to fit the
Yes.
little slots?
That's
It's like a DUI. Unless you want to leave it on like that. It's still vinyl.
DIY.
Oh,
I
DIY.
think,
That's kind of,
I think I'm gonna have a bit of an issue with ventilation of my brakes and stop all airflow.
Yeah,
But-
it's
So then your model is how much then cost per wheel?
How much does it cost per wheel?
For
Do you have an
the
idea?
retail price of this? What is the retail,
Yeah.
what is
Which
Like
is
we sell it per set, so unit comes with 4.
4 or 5?
4 or
Yeah.
5 for the premium.
Okay, so what is that price?
The prices are $50 to $65, so small would be 50.
Depending on size, 50 to 65 depending on size?
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I'm
And-
selling it for.
Okay, so that, and you're only going to sell this initially through your website
Yes.
For now, yes,
For now.
until.
for now? And what are your costs of goods sold? So that's how much vinyl to do a 20-inch wheel,
Yeah.
and epoxy and assembly, because you put the epoxy on the vinyl?
Yeah, and let it just set.
So who's gonna do that and what's that gonna, where are those costs?
So it was all in our, I believe it's $10 to $15 per set to make. Because
How
of
do you
the,
know that? How can you convince me that you've adequately studied and
because for
analyzed?
the 2 yards of the vinyl was $38, and for a set it's like not completely a yard of vinyl, but it's almost a yard of vinyl. So I just divided the 38 by 2, and then eliminated whatever was extra from the yard.
And then how much the epoxy costs, and then how much we applied, and then,
You know, for an investor to understand how this is going to scale, you would need to show what the cost of goods sold are. So I didn't get a clear understanding of how much are costs associated with operating your business and your model of units. We're gonna sell 1,000 in the first year sets, and that's gonna generate this much income and then this much cost, and this is how much, you know, operating profit we would have just from sales. And then you have to look at your fixed costs, your salaries and all the rest of that kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
I think you need, in this presentation, you need some help making your finances more clear.
Okay.
Yeah, we will look to implement that.
Thank you.
Okay?
Yeah,
All my questions.
agree with there, you know, because within your term sheet, you're showing the cost of 2 yards of vinyl, you know, so that means just 2, and that's how you're started, but I would like to see as well, you know, like how many you project to sell, even in the first 3 months, like that's a startup cost in the first 6 months there. And then, but overall, I think that you guys all did a really great job in presenting yourselves, and I think that similar to what Bob was saying, like this is, you know, one of the things that you're actually trying to invent something that doesn't exist in the marketplace. So I think that that takes a lot of courage and a lot of research on your end. So good job there. Definitely a little bit hesitant on the price that it would cost for me to like have to cut it out to fit my rim, and I don't know how I would like. It's a harder plastic, like make it the cutouts that would fit my rim. You know, like how I would personally do that myself. I mean, I guess like some sort of stencil and then trying to use a razor blade to do it. I don't know. I wouldn't want to pay like $80 or $60, you know, in that price range, $50 to then have to, I'd probably mess it up. Especially if it shrinks and then when you apply air dry. So, you know, just kind of thinking there, maybe there's common, you know, rims that are typically, or even, you know, looking at new to market, like the new 2018, and they come out with factory rims, you know, what those look like, you know, for those people, and then some of the custom, potentially like partnering with some custom rim dealers to get what their stencils are. You can have pre-stencils, charge those at $85, $95, you know, do different packages. Have your DIY and then have some sort of partnerships on the horizon for your investors to talk about. That's where we're going with it, I think would be interesting. And then, yeah, I think just, you know, kind of looking, you know, at the exit strategy there, you know, that could also be tied into your exit strategy. But overall, a great job, guys.
Thank you.
I I thought the presentation was great, especially the videos. With a product like yours, I think videos are really important to communicate. It almost felt like it would be or could be as seen on TV type of product, in which case the visuals and the demonstration is really important. Honestly, that was my favorite part of you guys throwing a brick at the rim. Like, who let you throw a brick at without the rim safe on there? Like, you just do that? Yeah, I think emphasizing that portion of the presentation would be really important. Another thing that I kept thinking, it popped in my head, I think especially for a young business that's looking to start up and kind of get its hands dirty and actually sell stuff and deliver a service, I think it might make sense to consider how you can pivot the model to have more of a service orientation from the get-go. We live in a region that's probably at the top of the market nationwide for custom rims and custom cars and people who buy aftermarket parts for their cars. Fresno's huge for that, so to be able to consider how you might be able to open up a shop where the application and installation of your product is the core of the service that you provide, might be a way you'll learn a lot as far as like research and development of the product. And the real world application of the product from there, and you make a ton of money. You know, when you're actually providing a turnkey service to someone, it's worth a lot more. Especially knowing how much these rims can cost, and the idea that you're doing something proactive to protect your rims that you already spent so much money on. It might make sense. To me, it makes sense to almost reverse that line of logic, because it's so much harder to get people to just buy something on the internet from a company they've never heard of. It's a tricky thing to do, and especially when there's equipment and installation things that they have question marks about too.
I think expanding on Floyd's idea, without having to set up your own shop, if you went the entire opposite model where you tried to work with expensive rim shops, as Jordan was saying, and sell your product to them at a wholesale price, half of what you're talking about. If those economics work, so when someone buys a new set of rims, they can choose, hey, you want to protect these? It's going to cost you $50 for your $3,000 you spent on these rims. That's a pretty small value proposition to them. Easy for them to say yes to protect them. And then that rim shop, you teach them how to do it. You don't have to get involved in any of the stuff. You just teach them how to use your product. That is a pretty intriguing business proposition.
Yeah, also we were maybe thinking about licensing. So that's also like an option. It kind of sounds like what you guys are talking about, like we don't have to get involved.
I don't think it would be licensing, you'd be selling and training. You're not licensing them to use your product, you're selling them a product to the rim shop, and they get to apply it and make money doing that.
Yeah, either way, it looks like a really cool product, and I'm interested to see where it goes, because this is in all the presentations I've seen so far, this is the only one that had some semblance of a real demonstration on the video. So keep working at that, develop that.
Good job, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for your time.